Alright everybody, it's the one-legged fitter. I'm going to talk to you about another qualifying candidate to the third rounds of the Democratic debates in September. Mayor Pete Buttigieg. We're going to call him Old Pete. He's South Bend, Indiana, and this article in the Washington Examiner dated June 24th, 2019 pretty much starts out, not all residents of South Bend are as fond of their mayor as the liberal media is. Well, that ain't no surprise. There was a tweet exchange between a black protester of Pete's and Pete himself, and the black protester said, "You running for president and you expect black people to vote for you?" Well, old Pete, he said, "I'm not asking for your vote." Now, who's the racist now? Protester said, "You ain't going to get it either." Well, good for you. His record on race relations is questionable. He demoted South Bend's first black police chief and replaced him with a white one. Because of this and the lack of avenues for advancement and promotions of black officers, qualified black officers keep leaving. And the reason that this black police chief, the first in South Bend's history, was demoted was because he had the courage to come forward to old Pete and the city and come up with evidence of discrimination and racism in the police department amongst white officers. He had recordings of racist white officers, and old Pete demoted them. So the police department's overwhelmingly white now, with multiple black officers filing discrimination complaints, probably lawsuits too. South Bend's blacks and Hispanics have an unemployment rate almost twice as high as white residents. Since taking office in 2012, South Bend's median white population earned 2 times more than blacks. In 2017, he's been in office 5 years now, it went up to 2.3 times more than blacks. It's a population of 100,000. A little bit more than that. Crime is up since he took office in 2012, and rates of lead poisoning are the worst in the nation. 4 out of 5 houses in South Bend, Indiana, which were built before 1980, all have lead paint. So as they bulldoze these vacant houses without first doing lead abatement, dust clouds full of lead from paint go airborne and into the lungs of residents. When they call the city to report it while it's happening, in violation of health codes, they get the runaround. The city claims they speak with the contractors and no violations are ever found, and yet the rate of lead poisoning in South Bend, Indiana is the highest in the nation. There were 11 shootings in 10 days in the beginning of June 2019 in South Bend, Indiana, plus 11 more over the weekend before the article was written. So, old Pete, you're a mayor, number one. You ain't going to be president. Number two, you're a bad mayor at that. Well, God bless y'all and God bless America.